www.conroecares.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
Health Center Southeast Texas is a federally qualified health center. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and most major private insurances. For our self-pay patients, we have a sliding scale discount program available. Our health centers have qualified providers and staff striving every day to provide the best quality of care to our patients. Services offered are family medicine, behavioral health services, telepsychiatry, and pediatrics. We have 4 area locations. Look up the Health Center Southeast Texas online at hcset.com.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on irlonestar.com worldwide, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. And if you're hearing my voice, that means we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Just look up Lone Star Community Radio. I have a special guest in the studio. We're going to talk about in-home care, or I guess in-home health services for your house. And we have Ateef and Hassan in the studio. Guys, get on that mic and let's chat about Conroe Cares Home Care. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful morning here in Conroe. It's kind of a change from the past week or two.
Yeah.
Wouldn't y'all agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I want to remind all our listeners, too, if you have any questions about Conroe Cares Home Care, I put links in the description below for the website, social media, and especially while they're in today, talk about veterans in home care, because a lot of veterans are returning or living in Montgomery County, and if they might need assistance, medical assistance in their house, we're going to learn a lot about that because Conroe Cares Home Care can help you. So let's talk about that.
Absolutely.
So if you're a veteran and you need medical assistance at home, meaning like a physical person, is that what that means?
Yeah. So if they need someone to come in and help them around the home, so we mainly focus on senior veterans. Or
So
veterans,
senior meaning old.
or veterans with disabilities.
Okay.
Or to be honest, everyone may qualify for it anyway. But yeah, we help them with in-home services. Like we send them a caregiver to help them with bathing, grooming, transportation, medication reminders, light housekeeping, pretty much whatever they need so they can stay independent.
Oh, so you're talking about the full spectrum. In my mind, I was thinking like a nurse that puts in IVs and stuff.
No, we don't do none of that.
Okay, so this is just like home care.
Yeah,
like
it is just a home care.
Like as many times they need to feed breakfast, lunch, whatever. Absolutely. All that is included.
Okay, now I'm understanding now. Because I remember we had somebody help my grandfather, but there was 2 people. It was like there was a medical person and then the person who would do basically the homekeeping kind of thing, like keeping the home.
So to touch on that, we basically do that as well, right? You got any house chores you want to do? We have caregivers that do that as well. You got like housekeeping and stuff, laundry, whatever.
All right, so I did link y'all's website, and there are services listed.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of a way because that is kind of confusing to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I've never needed a service like this, so I'm trying to understand. And so I'm looking at your website, and you go to services, and then you basically have dementia care, personal care, companion care. Like when I read those words, like respite care, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the veterans in home care, I kind of get because veterans do need home, like if they are disabled or anything, like they do need help assimilating back at home and just figuring out, helping their day-to-day stuff. So what the heck is companion care?
Companion care is like you have a lot of, sometimes you have seniors that have no family members in town. They have no friends in town, and they just need someone just to be a friend with you.
Okay.
To go with you to the park, to go with you to the
my
mall.
grandmother has somebody that takes her to the grocery store.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's right there.
That's right
okay,
there,
now I'm understanding.
Right.
I'm understanding.
I guess you can say it falls on emotional support. Right?
Okay. So do you need a friend?
You need a friend.
You have a friend.
And personal care, I imagine that's the bathing and things like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what is respite care?
Respite care is whenever you have a caregiver, and it's her or him trying to take a break. and so you call us, and we can send you a caregiver for just a temporary.
Oh,
short
okay,
time.
I get you.
So, like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where everything's kind of going in the world because, like 30 years ago, it was senior living, senior homes, and so people just drop off their grandparents like, there you go, you're living here.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
What this does, it allows them more independence.
Absolutely.
Being in their house.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
And that's the beauty
I'm
of it.
following it. I'm
Yeah.
following it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing about senior living and the assisted living facilities is most of the time what they do is they have one nurse that takes care of 10 people.
Oh yeah, and this
so
is like
you have your own nurse taking
Yeah.
care of your parent.
Yeah, it's crazy, 10-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
So like you have one caregiver taking care of 10 residents, and basically she doesn't have any. Well, they don't really have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Going
No, I
in.
get you. I feel you on that. And so, okay, so another scenario that I think I've encountered is like my grandmother got back home from the hospital.
Yeah.
And someone was there for like 5 days just to help her come back.
Right.
I get it now.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Right.
See, look,
when you get discharged right out of the hospital, you still need care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we come in.
Okay. See now I'm understanding. I can tell the audience, hey, I kind of get it now, guys. And like the dementia care, that's probably one of the biggest ones because that's
Yep.
not temporary. That's more of like you kind of need 100 like a round the clock support
that
for
would be-
dementia care
yeah.
people.
Yep. That's what the living care is for. So we actually have the caregiver, if you have space, they live in there.
Oh,
And they're around the
wow.
clock 24/7, feeding them, bathing them.
Yeah.
Every little thing that needs to be done.
It's kind of funny to me, like if you think about these kind of things, like the way we word them. I was like, oh, it sounds like a butler, but it's not necessarily. It's not like that at all. But it's like, why would this stranger be living with me 24/7?
Right.
But then again, I'm not forgetting who I am every 5 minutes, so that's awesome. And now let's talk about the financial side of it. So you guys, like the veteran stuff, I imagine there's government assistance, and you guys can help people because maybe I can't afford these services.
Absolutely. So what we do is we work hand in hand with the VA. So like the VA takes care of all the charges for you. A
Yeah.
lot of veterans actually don't even know.
I believe
they
it.
have like this services.
Well,
exist.
I feel like that's the government.
Yeah.
Where they don't like to tell you.
They don't like to tell you.
But it's like, oh, hey, we're legally obligated to do this, but we're just not going to put it on.
Yep,
Like
yep.
on a poster for you.
Yeah. We actually,
Absolutely.
we have to go out. We got a lot of veterans that they used to be with the different agencies and they were doing private pay, which is very costly. And then we go and talk to them. We're like, hey, you're a veteran. You shouldn't be paying for this.
Yeah.
This is free to you. They're like, what? I've been
Yep.
paying for 5 years now.
Yeah. No. So okay. So you guys help with that too.
Absolutely.
So you guys have that information. So guys, if you know a veteran in the area and looking for home care, Conroe Cares Home Care will do that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I'm following now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm liking this. So and one thing too, I guess it's important for like who you guys are, is y'all are there the whole time. Meaning, like, if I don't like this person, they called me stupid.
Yep.
I'm gonna call you guys. I'm like, this guy called me stupid.
Yep.
I bet y'all get calls like that all the time.
Yep. No, we have to change caregivers, right? In this line of business, right?
Oh, yeah.
That happens all the time. A patient, a client does not like a caregiver. A certain caregiver, something happens, right?
Yeah.
We switch them right away.
Yeah. You're not stuck with that person. You can just call us up and.
Well,
then
I
we
would
can send
I
you-
would tell my grandfather like, you're stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
contract.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime contract.
You need to get over it. They never called you stupid. But I don't know. I think that's to me it's really interesting because a lot of people don't live that lifestyle, but until they need it.
Yeah.
And,
we don't think about
and so
it.
no one talks about it. No, and I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, we don't think about
Like,
it.
Yep.
And again, my grandmother just got out of the hospital a couple weeks ago. I went to visit her. I was like, "Who's this person?" Because I thought she was from the hospital.
Right.
Like I thought it was just literally like a day, like make sure she's good. But no, she was there for like 3 or 4 days,
Yeah.
5 days, and she was just making sure she was getting up. And she started giving me like the full report, and I was like, "Why are you
Okay.
telling me this? Like I'm just here to say hi to my grandmother. Like, I don't make any decisions."
It's funny.
And I think that's it's something that more awareness of it is important, especially with going forward.
Yeah.
Most people aren't used to this kind of care.
Yeah, for sure.
And is it relatively new? I feel like it might be like that last, unless you're like really rich. When people think about this stuff, they think you're uber rich because you have a guy living with you 24/7.
right.
No, it's been here for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, this idea has been here for like 20, 30 years now.
Okay.
Even more, actually. Yeah.
And it's affordable. Would you
it's very
say?
affordable? Yeah. We're like some agencies they basically charge arm and a leg.
Yeah.
If you're not a veteran or if you're doing private pay, but
Yeah.
we try to work with the clients because not everyone can afford it.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
And then especially with the specific types of care you have, they
Absolutely.
need it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, like, if I want to get a bath, I probably wouldn't call you guys. That'd be kind of weird. But, if you're old, if you're a senior person, when I say old, people just relax. Okay, everyone gets old. And one thing I do want to encourage people is don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Because some people don't really think about it, and especially with the neglect that happens as people get older, they're afraid to tell people, like, I can't do this, but I'm not going to tell anybody.
Right.
And
Yep.
then a couple months later, they hurt themselves, and it's like, oh, it's probably because you shouldn't be doing that.
Yep.
So if they had a caregiver or someone paying attention, they're like, oh, hey, you don't need to bend over.
Absolutely.
Like that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. I had like some statistics as over like 30% of 30% of seniors age of 65 they basically fall in the bathroom, and most of them actually becomes fatality.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's
like
literally the
30%.
Life Alert
Exactly.
commercial. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Have you all seen that commercial?
That's 30%.
That's a real thing. That's one thing I like, because people always make fun of that commercial, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that
It's
really
actually
happens.
true.
That
That
really happens.
Yeah, it really happens.
Fall down all the time.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I always thought about when I visited my grandmother, and I always think about the bathroom because
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember visiting when she moved into. She lives in one of those. I don't know. How to, it's not senior living, but it's like
Independent living?
independent living, but different floors for different things. So they do
Yeah.
have like a dementia floor, and they
Yeah.
have all that kind of
Gotcha.
stuff. But like when you visit her, it's like you're visiting a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever. And
Assisted
she's
living.
she's got her own thing. And I remember looking at the bathroom. There's a lip in the shower.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's not. Why would they put a lip for old people? Like, why would they do that? And I was kind of curious how many people trip over that because they
Right.
don't think about it. But they need to call you and be like, don't you point, but don't. No.
Right.
So talk about how long y'all been in the area.
We've been like our business has been around for 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been here for very long. This is our second agency, and we actually have clients all over, not just Conroe.
Yeah.
We actually service. We have 2 clients in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was super far, but we don't have like any territory, so we can go anywhere.
Yeah, because it sounds like you guys just are the information people.
Yeah.
Like you assist people to get actually the person in the house. So anyone can call you,
Exactly.
Anyone can call us.
even from like Europe. No, I'm just kidding.
We try to keep it within Texas. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. Well, it's also because y'all are in an interesting perspective because y'all are here to help.
Yeah.
So you try to do the best you can. You don't just say, "Sorry, we don't do that,"
Absolutely.
and you don't just hang
Absolutely
out. You're
not.
like, "Oh, let's figure this out." But y'all are located physically in Conroe.
Right,
But you can
yes.
service Houston. You can service Texas is kind of like
Texas,
the way I
yep,
would tell
in general.
people.
Yep.
Because I imagine when you do a good job for somebody here in the area, they want to refer like, "Hey, these people really helped us out."
Absolutely.
My aunt and uncle, they live in Dallas. And-
Absolutely.
And there you
Yep.
go.
That's what usually happens. Yeah. We
Okay.
got that through the client that we have in Austin. We actually got it through a caregiver that was working with us,
Yeah.
and her family needing care
Yeah.
in Austin. So she referred it to our agency.
Because you're in people's lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And
absolutely.
I mean that's freaky to me, but then again, it's like you better get over it because you need help.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I think you guys have a list of services, like I said, on the website, ConroeHomeCare.com. There's literally a tab that says services, and people get it. Like mobility assistance, we don't really talk about that. I imagine that's literally just somebody helping, like my grandmother go to the grocery store,
Yep.
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. And personal hygiene, that's kind of specific. Everyone kind of gets that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. Anything else? What else, y'all? I mean, like,
We do transportation services.
okay. Is that
So-
meaning like I'm going to the hospital or?
Well, like if you want to go like grocery shopping,
Yeah.
if you need to go to the doctor, and you can't drive,
Yeah.
so the caregiver is gonna drive you in her or his car
Yeah.
to the VA, to the doctor,
Wherever you need to be.
groceries, whatever you need to be. Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you this: with all these services, it's kind of this isn't somebody just off the street helping you. There is
absolutely not.
some
They are-
type
yeah,
of
absolutely not.
I want to call it training or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
credibility or whatnot, how to handle situations. Because
Absolutely.
like I remember my grandfather fell and he was 6. I think my grandfather was at the time was 6'2", 6'3".
Wow.
And trying to pick that dude up, and I'm like, I can't do this
Yeah, you need
by
a
myself.
forklift. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to call one of my good friends down the street, and I'm like, "Can you come over and help me pick up my grandfather?" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's fine. He's just I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." So, and I imagine the people who you guys send know what to do.
Absolutely. So we actually one of the few agencies that have a minimum of experience for them to be working with us.
Yeah.
And we have a minimum of 5 years. So we usually get the best of the best. And we get from over like 200 interviews, we only pick 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really good. And we do like background checks. We train
Everything.
them. We
Yeah,
also
because that's interesting. Because you are trying to you trust this person in your home,
Exactly.
especially depending on what service.
absolutely.
Because the dementia thing's scary as hell.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
But like you got to be trained.
to be patient.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
to know
You need to
what
know
to do
your
here.
stuff,
That's
yeah. So
for sure.
with dementia care, we only have we only have few caregivers that can do it, and some of them have 30 years of experience
Yeah.
Yeah.
working with dementia clients. So they're really the best.
Because my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and I guess it's like a form of dementia or
Right.
whatever. And I remember like I felt like I was messing with her after a while because I was like, I feel like I'm messing with her now because I'm like getting used to her behavior.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're trying to like pretend to answer the same thing, happy.
Yeah.
And after a while, I'm like, I feel like I'm messing with this woman. I
Right.
shouldn't, But then again, it's like that's what you need to do.
Yep.
Because you need to respond positive to certain dementia care people because
Absolutely.
they have no idea what's going on.
They don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be very calm. You have to be
Yeah.
very patient. You gotta take your time. Don't
pretty
don't
amazing.
just hurry up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so people can just call you. I know I put the website up there. What's the best way for people to get more information?
They
Just-
can call us at any time. We're
Okay.
actually open 24/7, so they
Yeah.
can
Oh my
reach
gosh.
out anytime. Yeah.
is
Because
it y'all's personal cell?
Yep. My phone always with me.
yeah. We actually have
Call
also
me at 3 a.m. I'll pick it up.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And so outside this, what do you guys do? Y'all just hang out? Y'all live here? Y'all? I mean,
No, I actually live in Houston.
Yeah?
So I had to come through all the traffic
Yeah.
to get
We
here.
had to beat the traffic.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, guys. And
Absolutely.
So what area in Houston? You don't have to say like the street.
I live in the Galleria.
Okay,
which is
cool.
the worst of Houston.
Well, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, with the traffic, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Especially like getting on 610 right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, right there.
It's
Oh
bad.
man,
It's weird.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I'm from
Well,
Sugarland area. So
That's your
not too
fault
bad.
though. You
Yeah,
know
it's
that,
my
right?
fault.
It's your
Yeah,
fault.
yeah,
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Well, I couldn't find an apartment in Conroe, so
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't
There's so
find-
much building going on here.
there is a lot of construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's really finished.
Yeah,
Though.
nothing really finished.
I love it. Well, that's cool. What do you guys like to do for fun? Like what?
Yeah. For fun, I actually do. I am a professional skydiver.
There's pro levels.
Yeah. There's 4 levels.
How does that work?
Yeah, so you just have to get good.
Well, I mean, like, is it like synchronized?
So what we do is I do like big ways.
Okay.
I like to do like free flying. So there's like two different. Well, there's a lot of disciplines of skydiving.
Yeah.
So there's like a canopy piloting. So you just jump from a plane, you open your parachute, and you just get good at canopy
Yeah.
piloting. And there's also a different type of disciplines in canopy piloting. There is accuracy landing.
Yeah.
So they just literally put a tiny pin,
That's kind of
and
cool.
you just have to land on it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and there's also speed flying. So like they have like modern parachutes. They're very tiny and they go super fast. They go like around 80 to 100 miles an hour on
Okay.
a parachute, which is ridiculous.
How many times have you jumped out of an airplane?
Like 800 times.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. The first time he jumped out was with me.
Yeah.
And then you're
I jumped only once.
so you have one.
Yeah.
You have 800.
800. I stopped after one.
That's the beauty of that kind of stuff where like you don't know if you're into it or not, and then when
Yeah.
after that first one, like I'm hooked.
Yeah.
And
Until
then
you do it.
800 times.
That's crazy.
That's actually kind of neat. All right, what about you?
Honestly, just go out with friends. To be honest, that's my weekend. Go out with my friends. I play basketball.
Yeah.
Some football as well.
You
Pick
play
up games on
cricket?
the weekends. Cricket as well.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
cricket around here.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
There is actually a cricket field in
Oh,
Houston.
there is. There's I think Grandparent
Yeah.
View, and there's a couple of stadiums.
I don't understand cricket, but I'm willing to understand it.
Very similar to baseball, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what always confused me was the positions
Right.
because from what I understood, it was like there are set positions, but
Correct.
then there's rotating positions.
Right. So
Like that-
there's the pitcher is called the bowler,
Yeah.
right? And the batter is called the batter too.
But like the bowler, is it the same bowler the whole game?
No, so
that's what-
they switch after
Yeah.
six deliveries,
Okay.
6 balls.
And everyone has to bowl.
Right. Well, not everyone. You have like 5 because you have a team of 11.
Yeah, but like the game can go on forever.
Oh yeah, it's going forever.
So hypothetically, does everyone have to bowl, or
No,
can you
so,
just do
so
two
you have
people?
like 30 overs you have to bowl, right? And out of 30, there are 5 batsmen and 5 bowlers. So each bowler bowls about 5 overs. 1 over consists of 6 balls.
Okay.
So 5 bowlers, 5 batsmen. And
So
there's one actually.
who's
a
the one
keeper.
not doing anything?
The catcher.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that guy's just sitting there.
He's just
Okay. Well, because that's one thing I always confused me because I was like, because in baseball you have one pitcher
Yeah.
until they take him out,
Right.
and he can't go back in, he can't do anything.
He can't do anything.
But like in cricket, I was like, they don't stop.
They
Like
don't, yeah.
you can go, they're in. So
Yeah,
that.
it can get boring if you're a first time watcher. It can definitely get boring.
Well, I tried. I was like, why are they taking this guy out? Like he's not leaving, so he's just going over there. But yeah, it's pretty.
I try to understand it, but
I tried
still,
explaining it to him.
Well, I'm one of those visual learners, meaning
Right.
I just need to play it,
Yeah.
and then you just tell me where to go, and after like 4 hours, I'll get it. I'm like, okay, I got it, guys, and now I'm really good at it.
because sometimes you guys like play for what 12 hours.
No, it's too much. The big game actually consists of 50 overs, and watching wise, it can go 8 hours.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
But
a lot.
playing wise, what's the difference?
Playing wise, because I mean, because it's not professional when you're playing, you can wrap it up in about 5-6.
Yeah,
Still
Well.
long, but yeah.
that's a game. You're having
Yeah.
fun. Who cares?
Right.
That's awesome. Okay, and so we got cricket and sky. That's so unique, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, so much fun. So
Now
much
I gotta ask a skydiving question. So when you're at the point where you go, I imagine you go by yourself.
Yeah.
Now or
so
free
once you
solo,
yeah.
or
so
they call it.
you have to go to school, skydiving school.
Yeah.
And you have to do basically 25 jumps with 18 jumps with an instructor, and after that you're solo.
And
You get
what
your
was it
license.
like your first solo when you
Oh
when
man,
you pulled the cord?
The first solo, you freak out.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you freak out. Yeah, you
I
freak
bet.
out
Well,
because
because in my mind, you're being trained not to pull the cord for 18 times, and then it's like, oh hey, this time though, you got to remember to do that.
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like, well, I just got used not to do it, but now I have to.
absolutely. So like we have an altimeter that tells
Yeah.
us when to pull,
Oh, nice.
and we also have an audible. So like it start beeping at you.
Oh,
If
really?
you're not pulling, yeah.
That's
yeah.
fancy
And then
tech.
also like the modern parachutes, they actually have this thing called. I'm gonna try to explain it to you, but they have like this thing called automatic activation device. So for example, if you got knocked out during a free fall, it actually within a set distance of above the
How's that-
ground
how
level,
does it know that?
actually opens the parachute for you, even
Nice.
though you're knocked out. So
I
which
was
is
going to
really
ask that. What
amazing.
if somebody passes out?
Yeah,
So,
if you pass
I'm
out,
glad-
you're not gonna die. Not anymore.
Maybe.
Not anymore.
Maybe.
I mean, you are jumping out of an airplane, guys. You're already risking something.
You're already risking something.
yeah, like
but
come on now. You ever done it like off a cliff or anything? Because I
No,
see people do that. Like
that's base jumping.
base jumping.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the same concept.
Yeah, it is the same concept, but it's a lot different because you only have a couple of seconds until
Yeah.
impact, which is not a
Yeah.
lot of time.
Yeah. Well, at least you know, like you just immediately pull it.
yeah, you have to immediately pull
But
it.
you like the free falling.
I love the free fall. I love jumping. And
What's the
because,
highest you ever jumped out?
The highest, I'm actually in Dallas is gonna be next month, 18,000 feet.
Wow. Okay.
But I usually jump from 14,000 feet, and you have like a whole minute of free fall.
Yeah.
And you're like going at 160, 150 mile an hour for a whole minute.
Well, one thing I always wondered is how when you jump, how do you know where you're going? Because you do have a designated landing area.
Yeah, we actually jump on top of the designated area.
But like it's pretty easy for you to
pretty
spot.
easy. You just have to look
Because to
down.
me, you're like, where
right.
are we again? And then it's like, oh, there's the light. Okay, cool. And then
You just have to look down.
okay. Well, I mean, because you can get disoriented really quickly.
Oh, absolutely,
And,
absolutely. But they train you
Yeah.
to be relaxed.
and do they put like a light or something for you to see? Like
Well, we're
a
jumping in the
bullseye?
morning.
Is there a bullseye you see on the ground?
Oh,
Like-
you see?
Okay, so they do put something. Like it's pretty obvious that's where you're supposed to go.
Yeah. You can see the area where you taking off because you can see the runway. You can see the landing
it's
area.
okay. Yeah,
Because
because
it's the airport.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're
so-
landing at the airport.
Yeah, you're landing at the airport.
Okay, that makes more sense then. Because
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
mind, I'm always like, oh yeah, by the way, you're over here. Don't forget you're supposed to get over here. And it's like, well, now how do I get over there?
Yeah. So like whenever you go to like a different drop zone, they actually give you a drop zone briefing. It takes like 20, 30 minutes, and they actually walk you through the map. If you needed to land off and you couldn't make it back to the runway or you couldn't make it back to the DZ,
Like Plan B.
Plan B,
Yeah.
the emergency landings.
That's
so, yeah.
amazing.
So they tell you, hey, here's power lines. Stay aware of this. Stay over this street.
That's good.
Stay away-
That's good. They tell you that. Yeah, watch out for that.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Some of the stuff they do, I've seen his videos right on Instagram. They're doing crazy stuff. They're holding hands, doing backflips.
What's up? So when he said professional, I was like,
Yeah.
so you're doing
Yeah.
because they're synchronized
Right.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the group.
stuff. And you
Absolutely.
make like cool circles
Yeah.
or like.
They're doing
Absolutely.
backflips, everything.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we do all kind of stuff.
It's pretty cool.
So the next step for you is stunt jumping, where you're fighting in the air.
Oh,
Like,
but
you want to be a stuntman, don't you?
We thought about it. We thought about doing like some Star Wars in the air.
Video.
Skywalker.
Yeah, I like it. No, I mean like you got a lightsaber.
With the lightsaber fighting in the air. Yeah,
That'd be
it's
great.
pretty amazing.
Okay, well, guys, I want to say we have Ateef and Hassan in the studio from Conroe Cares Home Care. If you're looking for any type of home care services, check out their website at conroehomecare.com. I put all the information in the description. And if you want to go skydiving with Hassan, call him up.
even
It
call him
sounds-
up.
sounds like he'll take you. If you want to play cricket, talk to Ateef right there. I love it, guys.
You guys are
Well,
awesome.
thank you so much for being on the morning
Thank you so
show
much.
with me, guys. And guys, coming up at 10 o'clock today is, of course, Audience of One, all new episodes. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to get back to some music. You've been listening to Mornings of Lone Star here at irlonestar.com worldwide and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We'll be back later.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park